Alright, we're back with more of Avernum 4 Green and Glory. Let's go ahead and continue here. We're now exploring more of the Great Cave here. We still need to eventually get to the castle. But Almeria is not letting us through. So we're going to have to sneak in there somehow. Of course, I don't really feel great about the idea of possibly having to kill Avernites. But in the last part, we heard a performance from Enna the Songstress, or Ina. There are a few farmers left here looking after their crops. These mushrooms aren't being bred for food, but to be fermented into wine. Almeria's wine is the most edible such beverage made in Avernum. The whole family is scared of you. They edge away when you get close and refuse to answer questions with anything more than a mumble. The strange hostility that has infected this area seems to have afflicted them, too. I mean, I can't really blame them, to be honest. I think anyone would. This crate was used to store herbs harvested by this little farm. You find a sad assortment of twigs and dried leaves. Nothing useful. The floor is lower in this part of the Great Cave, allowing moss and muck to grow unchecked. There have been attempts to cultivate proper crops here, but they were not successful. This cave is a beautiful landmark, but not all of this land is useful for human occupation. The fertile lands are precious. Some of them have been augmented by soil from the surface, brought down at some expense. Okay, there's a passageway down here. I kind of don't like going down in areas until I know for sure. Rubus' home. Dagnabbit. Have to fight these dang lizards. Okay, managed to calm that creature. I'll deal with the Rubus here in a second, but I do want to still explore the rest of the area. Okay, I'm guessing this is the way you get past Almeria. We definitely are going to need that route. And there is Almeria, ready to deny us entry. Ooh, goblin bandits. Okay, then we check in here. Okay, I wasn't expecting the area to be, like, super big and wide, so I guess the only option here is... Oh, I already checked that. So go to Arubis's place. But there is something down there, too. Actually, 2 passageways. Arubis Leatherworks, keep out. What did I say about lizards? I didn't even see that. Whatever that dialogue was supposed to be. Large parts of the Great Cave are unsuitable for agriculture. Nourishing plants don't grow well. These regions are claimed for other useful work. This man is a lizard farmer. The only people who survive and flourish raising the giant lizards of Avernum are people like the lizards themselves. Large, tough, and stubborn to the point of psychosis. This man has something else in common with his lizards. Hostility. When he sees you, he wipes off his filthy face with a filthy hand and says, I'm Arubis. This is my farm. What do you want? Who sent you? Who told you to come here? And when he sees that a satisfactory answer to that question is not coming, he shakes his head and rests his hand on his bow. Go away. This is my land. Someone from Camp Samuel sent me to look for you. The moment you say this, Arubis jumps back and raises his bow. I knew it. I knew it wouldn't be enough to keep to myself. I knew someone would try to settle an old score. Those days are long behind me. I'm not a bandit anymore. Haven't been for years. Just want a quiet life. You want to collect your blood money? Then come on and fight. But don't expect me to beg or sniffle. I have a job to do, and I'm going to do it. Arubis looks unsurprised. I'm not afraid to pay for my crimes, even if they were years ago. Come on, assassin. With a smooth, confident motion, he knocks an arrow to his bow. Oh, we can definitely take him down. No, the freaking ensnare effect. Just when I change the freaking... Lizard, to me. You all saw that, right? And he keeps summoning more lizards. Freaking immobile effect, too. Arubis collapses to the ground, mortally wounded. It is done. I have paid for my crime. I accept. Then he dies, though he really didn't have much of a choice about the accepting part. Screw the freaking mobility effect all the time. Good lord. Oh well, doesn't matter. At least we can loot up his stuff now. Bow of Storms. Oh, if I had an archer, that would be so good. I mean, I probably could just raise up my bow training a little bit more, but still. Drake skin bracers. Now I want to keep the Tinker's gloves on. Let's No, that would give him more weight. Guess let's put those on. Oh, dang, I forgot I was still in the bow. Okay, whatever. Doesn't matter, really. Okay, that was definitely just another way down here. Alright, this is blocked off section. Do I have a Dispel Barrier Crystal? No. Okay, that's just an open chasm. There are several huge spiders in this chamber. They are peculiar creatures. They aren't stalking around looking for food. Instead, they are jabbing at the walls with their pedipalps, trying to pick stones loose. A glint of light reflects off the back of one of the arachnids. Looking closer, you see that it has many small shards of crystal embedded in its back. They have been magically altered, perhaps by themselves. Each spider is surrounded by a shimmering nimbus of light protecting it. The spiders make odd, chittering noises as they work. They are agitated by your approach, but they don't attack. The spider in Renia ignores you. The crystals in his back, barely visible through the magical shield, glitter temptingly. What the heck is all this? You meet in Arania one of the magically altered, magically sealed monstrosities that lurk in the deeper caves. Interestingly, it doesn't have any crystals in its back. Does that make it more or less important than the others? Surprisingly, it does not attack you. It makes a annoyed hissing noise and waves its pedipalps at you. It wants you to go away, but not badly enough to fight. You can sense the power radiating off the creature. Energy flows from it to the other Arania. Advanced knowledge of spell healing. Oh, what the heck? Oh, is it because we read that book? Or just robbed them? Oh man, I definitely wanted that healing book though. Heck? All these random encounters. I'm glad I found the mass healing book at least. Okay, so it was immune before because of that main arachnid, but... Okay, mass healing, regenerating at level 2. Okay. Let's do that. Dang, how many bites are you all going to take out of me? So it probably was a good thing we killed that main one first. Jeez Louise. Smoky crystal. Okay, I think that was worth it though to at least get the mass healing boost. Alright, let's head back up to Camp Samuel so we can get that quest complete. Dang, every time I think I explore a whole area, there's like a whole other section that I should get. Or at least explore. I do like to be consistent and explore all I can. Wait, what is this? Oh, is this another path up? Ferry, 5 coins per traveler. Merchant wagons must pass through Almeria. Okay, Crenshaw can wait because I'm still exploring this whole area. Dang, how many sections are in this part alone? Alright, first, since we killed What's-His-Face, we'll turn that quest in, and then I'll worry about Crenshaw here in a moment. Find vase. Okay, that ain't worth anything. Okay, what's in here, though? Like I said, every time I think I explore a whole section, there's like a lot more to explore, or at least areas that are still shaded. The shed was used to crush up the strange fungal fruit that is one of the key ingredients in Almerian wine. With this fruit, quality mushrooms, and tender care, the Almerians work hard to create a beverage that is, when approached with the proper attitude, not entirely disgusting. Oh, we found some bandits down here. Ugh, dang it. Fine wine. Okay, let's put that away. Armor elixir, crystalline wand. I killed Rubus. He rests his head back against the wall and smiles. Ah, feels better to hear it than I thought it would. Yes, a good thing. Tell me the story again. You do. Yeah, story's even better the second time. I'm true to my word. I'll teach you about archery for cheap. I'll have to charge, though. I need coins for my retirement. Why don't you train me? Ooh, okay. Why don't we go ahead and improve both of these? Alright. So that was kind of worth it for the boost things. Oh, bows. Do we have enough to use that? Yes, we do. Okay. Why don't we go ahead and put this on so we have something a little bit more effective. Okay, it's not like we're spending our money on a whole lot of stuff anyway, so... I say that was worth it, because, yeah, it feels like we need a backup skill right now. 6 bows. 8 thrown missiles. Alright, let's talk to Crenshaw. There is a small winery here run by a short, jovial man. He is pleased to have company. There aren't many people around. He holds out his hand and smiles apologetically. Welcome to Crenshaw's Winery. We are proud to make fine Almerian wines and sell them directly to the end user. I am afraid we are short-staffed at the moment, and the ferry is closed, alas. But if you want wine, this is the place. He tries to show you some wine, but he is interrupted by a long, painful bout of coughing. Are you alright? Sorry, traveler, I am recovering from a nasty cold. Happens more and more lately. What do you mean? Lots of travel between Avernum and the surface. Lots of newcomers. They carry every new sickness from the surface. Nothing lethal so far, happily. But we Avernites spend a lot more time ill. Did we send them cave diseases in return? He thinks on this. Possible, though if we did send a plague to the surface, Empress Prozac would not hesitate to close the portal. The Empire has had enough troubles from the underworld. I don't think I brought anything down. All surfacers claim that, but how would you know? Maybe you carried illness all over Avernum, and he didn't stay around long enough to see the results. But enough talk about that. My business is fine wine. I could use a drink. Crenshaw is charging a very reasonable price for his wine. Business is slow. Is it safe for you to be here alone? No, the Great Cave is full of rogues and bandits. Homesteads have been attacked in the dead of night. It was already bad when Almeria closed its gates. It is worse now. And my family and workers, of course, mostly gone. What happened to your family? I sent them away east to Murtis. It's not safe there, but it is worse here. Where are your workers? No doubt back with their families. Ran off when the trouble started and I didn't try to stop them. They're laying low in side tunnels, most likely, trying to scrape by and survive the troubles. What can you tell me about Almeria? That it is infested with monsters and they have gone mad, and that some people who entered the city without permission met with unhappy ends. I don't know any more than that. I'm keeping my distance. You might learn more at Camp Samuel's. It's east of here. Crenshaw smiles sadly. Conversation and wine are still all that I have to offer, but I have plenty of both. He offers you small tastes of his wine. Occasionally, he steps away to tend to a runny nose. The ferry is closed. Yes, it was a terrible blow. It was the only way across this river that avoided Almeria. A real loss now that Almeria won't let people through. Why did the ferry close? Well, it wasn't so much closed as eaten. I saw it. Terrible thing. Several of those sea serpents slipped down the river. They leapt from the water and pulled the boat down. Took the ferryman and a few travelers with it. Nothing bubbled back to the surface. You don't know any other way across the river? He looks a little nervous. Not that I would admit to know. Not with Almerian soldiers everywhere. Nervous fellows. I'd ask around in Camp Samuels. I know the commander there has been hoping for some help. That is all I need. And I wish you good fortune in these hard times. Okay. Fine wine. Okay, so there is a passageway through there. Okay, let's go ahead and explore up here. At the back of this abandoned farm, you find two deep cracks in the wall of the great cave. Someone has widened them slightly and there are faint, fresh ruts in the stone floor. There has been recent construction in this direction. It is not concealed exactly, but whatever is being built isn't advertising its presence either. Elderhollow. This carved stone slab says Elderhollow, a place of trade and learning. Come peacefully, the dragon benefits all. Oh, a dragon. You emerge into a new settlement, a freshly built city in the underworld. All the buildings look fresh and clean and free of mold, and most of them are waiting for occupants. They were built by the stone constructs wandering the huge cavern. The stone slab at the entrance said this place is called Elderhollow, a town in waiting. There are people here. You hear them talking in the distance. Maybe they can tell you what this mysterious place is. The stone slab mentioned the presence of a dragon. One thing you know, the normal, cool, neutral smell of the Avernite caves has a constant undercurrent of sulfur. A tall, thin figure approaches you through the mist. When she emerges into the light, you get a good look at her. She is recently from the surface. She has disguised the inevitable, creeping paleness with a dusting of makeup brought from the surface. She is armed and looking after the piles brought to Elderhollow. When you approach, you receive a wide smile. Welcome, visitor. I'm called Ruby, though I grow paler by the day. This is Elderhollow, a safe haven protected by a great force. I hope you find something of value here. Just behave. She winks. You're from the surface? Yes, I am from the Sunlit Lands. I grew up there. Once, the Empire threw people into exile. I chose to exile myself. Were you forced to come here? Yes, in a sense. Was it an official sentence? No. I grew tired of the looks, the exclusion. I heard that Avernum is a place where all are welcome. How did you get here? I saved my money. I worked hard and gathered coins. It took years, and I paid the price and took the journey. Why did you exile yourself? I had a dream. I still do. I want to provide for others what I have never felt. Avernum is free, but the freedom is not enough. What do you mean? Ruby waves at the piles of supplies around her, carefully accumulated in secret. The dragon Archelaus, Auriculaeus obtained all this. It will be used as a haven. It is not enough to be free. One must be valued and safe. I will not leave here. This will be my haven, and I will make my stand here. Ruby works while she talks to you. All the buildings here are recent construction. They need to be furnished. More caves need to be dug, and more buildings must be built. Ruby talks you through their plans in great detail and with more than a little pride. How did you come to the dragon's colony? I met a traveler on a road, another from the surface. He came back from here. This haven was not to his taste. He was scared of the dragon. I was drawn, of course. A dragon. Imagine that. I got directions and came right away. I had to avoid the cities and forts. Why did you avoid the cities? The black shades. They poisoned minds. When I got close to Almeria, I could feel the thing. It was horrible. It almost dimmed my good mood. Why did you avoid the forts? Miserable places full of refugees and thwarted miners. Being there creates so much misery and fear and greed. There's no black shades, but there might as well be. What do you think of the dragon? I visit Auriculaeus often. It is one of the requirements to live here. He loves to talk. He really cares about humans. We fascinate him. I know that he wants to be a true friend to Avernum. I trust him completely. What is your goal here? I will help make this place a safe haven. All who come in a spirit of goodwill will be welcomed. They will work and contribute as we will provide. What do you need to provide? Safety, mainly. A lack of judgment. They will do what they want. Auriculaeus will keep order. Word will spread. Elderhollow will expand. All will be well. Of course, we need to solve the problem at access. Access? Elderhollow does no good to anybody if people can't get here. That is one of my main focuses. Clearing the tunnels here. Building more. Plus a dock. It is hard to travel in Avernum. We need to make the journey here as easy as possible. What is your current project? We need roads to Elderhollow. Exiles need to get here. Trade needs to happen. There are several roads to our haven, but 2 of them are blocked. A west gate and an east gate. If you can open both of them, I will pay you. The dragon Archelaus has given me a budget. I also wish them open for my own reasons. I will make this a haven. How will people learn about Elderhollow? Once the roads are open, word will get around. We have barely begun to announce our presence. Once Avernum learns that Auriculaeus is the new Motrax, they will come in droves. Where did these passages come from? In early Avernum days, Elderhollow was a natural cave with mines coming off of it. The mines were abandoned, but the tracks and gates left by the miners remain. In their absence, dangerous pests moved in. Tell me about the west gate. That gate can't be opened from this side. Someone must find the other side to unbar it. Then we'll have free access to the western Great Cave. However, it can only be reached from there. Tell me about the east gate. You can easily find it to the east, though a tribe of savage Caesarici has taken up residence between here and there. I asked Auriculaeus to remove them, but he would not. He thinks they can be won over with words of kindness. I am not so sure. I like to trade with you. As why Auriculaeus brought me here. I have shown skill as a merchant, and there is much we need to trade for. Let me see your wares. Ruby is a tough negotiator with a good eye for a bargain. Ooh, firesight bow. 2 to make. Oh, maybe I probably should have trained my magen bows instead. Grey mold salve. That might be a quest item later. But for now, let's just buy some lockpicks. Want to sell something? I don't need anything else. I'll be here if you change your mind. I shall take my leave. Ruby gives you a little bow. I'm glad that you came. Every friendly face makes Elderhollow stronger. This is a complete and fully equipped inn, brand new, just waiting for someone to come and run it. All Elderhollow needs to do is attract residents. The inn is empty, but the beds are clean and free of bugs. You take the rare chance for a long, peaceful, free rest. When you wake up from your nap, you find that a bowl of freshly made lizard stew has been left outside the door. Oh, that's nice. Okay, so it looks like we're not getting past Almeria yet. Because still have even more stuff to explore. But then again, I never was in a rush to get through the whole storyline immediately anyway. There is a huge hall ahead burrowed into the wall of the cavern. Huge force was necessary to dig out the stone, which then became the blocks for the buildings. The sulfur smell is much stronger here. This is the hall of the master of Elderhollow. You can see the deep scratches his claws left in the stone floor. Sometimes you spot a chunk of shedded scale. The dragon awaits. Well, let's explore the outer regions first before we... Oh, so we can teleport right back here if we wanted. Nice. That's an interesting portrait. This young man is a recent arrival from the surface, and he still has the confident air of a new arrival about him. The standard initial period of nervous claustrophobia passed him by. Instead, he watches everything around him with a cold fascination. This includes you. When you approach, he gives you a long, slow look up and down. Then he gives a little smile. You have been here longer than me. I wonder what you have learned. A pause. Apologies, I am Ostellin. I am pleased to meet you here in this remote, dragon-built cave of wonders. Still much to learn. Interesting workshop. Thank you. It is a fine place. New tools, much potential. It is more than I ever dreamed of when I was young. What did you hope for when young? To become an alchemist, a man of learning. Alas, that is a gift that was only given by the Empire, and the officials in the Sunlit Lands rarely bothered with poor families like mine. How did you get this workshop? I wish I could take credit for it, but it was given to me by the dragon Auriculaeus. I am starting my research now. We hope for great things. Do you have anything for sale? This was not built to be a place of business. We were not meant to squabble and scrape for coins. This lab came fully funded. I don't trade in mere goods. I seek what is truly valuable. What is truly valuable? Knowledge about magic, about the mysteries of the world. This is more important in these hard days than ever. Avernites know that they have to do research to find the weaknesses of the foes that beset them. Alas, the chaos prevents them. Thus, Elderhollow was built. Ostellin walks around his workshop with you. Occasionally, you peer out through the windows at the empty halls, waiting for residents. Sometimes he runs his fingers through his hair nervously, as if he has an itch. Still not entirely used to Avernum. What sort of research are you doing? My focus is on helping Avernum with its troubles. Out of many possible topics, I have chosen the serpents, those slippery, fanged boat eaters. I have gone to some effort to create an experiment. Alas, I lack strong, armed folk to help me complete it. He looks at you meaningfully. I can help you. Ostellin is unsurprised. You have the look, the fearless nature of the Avernite, even foolhardy. I am coming to recognize it. He nods. The experiment is simple. The path to the dragon's new docks is to the north. I have left a boat there, a simple cave craft. Simply push it to the edge of the water, wait a minute, then return to me. What are you trying to learn exactly? Qualities of the serpents, their numbers, capabilities, eyesight, if they are present at all. As far as I can tell, Avernites have not performed this experiment at all. Tunnel living gives tunnel vision, I suppose. What do you think will happen when I push out the boat? I am not sure. I think there are serpents. I think they will see the boat. I think they will gather. And then, I don't know, probably nothing. The boat will still be on land after all. Whatever happens, the knowledge will be useful. There is a huge, imposing courtyard in front of the Dragon's Hall, built for tradings and meetings. There aren't many people in Elderhollow yet, so it is usually empty. One traveler has pitched a tent in the middle of the expanse. She invites you to join her for tea. She has a pale, freckled complexion and long, wavy black hair. What strikes you most, however, is her eyes. They are wise but distant. There is an aura around her, a strange, alien, distant authority. Welcome, she says. I am Ray. I stopped here for a time, to scout, to learn. Now I can't leave because of what I have lost. I am glad you are here. I am lonely. She feels safe and competent. It helps that she is armed and armored. What brings you to a dragon's fortress? How could I resist it? Look at this strange place. It's unlike anything I ever remember seeing. A wonder of variety. I came to Avernum to see things like this. When you have lived as long as I, you crave the new. How did you get to Avernum? I had no special way of arriving, and right now I have no special way of escaping. I waited in line to use the portal and paid like everyone else. I arrived near the tower colony and began my exploration. I have heard that the portal is not working. I hope it is fixed. Very bad for us if it is not. How old are you? By my way of counting, I am 1,123 years old. Of course, in such a long period of time, there can be oversights and errors. It is my best guess. Let us assume it is true. Quite a claim. She is definitely a strange person, but if that is true, it is some remarkable magic. You don't look that old. She smiles. I suppose you expected a skeleton? I did not choose how I aged, though I am grateful with the form I ended up in. How did you live so long? For a moment, her solemn mood breaks. She laughs. You know something? I forgot long ago, if I ever knew. A pity. If I knew the secret, it would be worth a lot of money. How have you spent your time? She passed a long blade hanging from her belt. There is also a lovely, polished longbow over her shoulder. At some point, I became a warrior. I scout and I provide advice to warriors when they are wise enough to listen to me. I have become famous and forgotten a number of times. I offered my services to the dragon. He needs someone to prepare and run his defenses. I will do this for a time. It is good to be in a quiet place. From time to time, I grow tired. You are tired. Not in my body, in my mind. So many journeys, so many battles. Sometimes I must find a place to be still and contemplate. Raise dogs, find a way to cope with my life. I believe your amazing tale. She nods and says simply, I am glad. Most don't. You came here for discovery. The people who grow up here do not realize what a miracle they grow up in. So strange, so unlikely. Maybe they will be able to see some fresh wonder through my eyes. If nothing else, it is a chance for me to learn more about fighting and tactics. Have you been to Avernum before? Never. It was too hard to reach and too violent a place. When it seemed peaceful, I came right away. My courage is being punished. At least I get a chance to fight. What sort of discovery do you seek? I don't know yet. There is so much unfamiliar here. Dragons, serpents, giant shays. I will help this place defend itself. Then I will use it as a base for explorations. Coming here was a great risk, but it was necessary. Why was it so necessary for you? If I don't get variety, I will go mad. I've gotten mad before, several times. Unpleasant. Ray sits at her fire and pours tea for all who come by. Sometimes she looks in the hall behind her, lost in thought. She is in no hurry to act, or to move. She sits there as if she is part of the stone of the cavern, as if she has all the time in the world. You mentioned that you were lonely. I do not travel alone. I have 3 dogs. They travel with me, help me scout, and vary my days. They have been with me for many years, but I sent them to scout, and now they have not returned. She says without visible emotion, I sent them away, and I am much distressed. My dogs have names on their tags. If you find them, I would be grateful if you sent them home. Tell me about your dogs. They are Rocket, Kobe, and Stubby. Different breeds, but all smart. Good hunting dogs. They can go far and reliably return. Usually. They have been with you for many, many years? How old are they? They are not as long-lived as me, yet something about me keeps my dogs living far longer than most of their kind. Not actually an answer to your question. Why did you send them away? They long for adventure as much as me, and there are several areas Auriculaeus wanted to explore. Where were they sent? Rocket went to a brigand lair and abandoned mine not far to the west. Rogues there call it Freehold Haven. What a laugh. This will be the true haven. Stubby went to Many Falls. Maybe. Auriculaeus described it as a huge lost cave of beautiful crystals far to the west. If it exists, Stubby is probably staring at his own reflection. Kobe went far to the north. He is hunting for the ruin of a lost Sazerakai city. Auriculaeus did not say much about it. Okay. You enter the audience hall of Elderhollow. Lovely carpets and furniture have been brought here with great difficulty and expense. On the other side of a massive stone fence, the master of this place awaits you. He is a dragon, the first you have seen. Despite your lack of experience, you can tell that he is young. Though he is huge, his scales are bright and green. His teeth are unchipped and his eyes are bright. When he sees you, he gives you a broad smile. At last, he rumbles. The heat off his breath washes over you. I have long awaited visitors. Come, Avernites, come to learn and trade. I am Auriculaeus, and I have come to aid you. It's not like I can get it through the fence or anything, but... You approach the dragon and try to keep a safe distance. He doesn't seem like he wants to incinerate you, but these mercurial creatures can be extremely dangerous. Your presence brings Auriculaeus nothing but joy. He waves you forward and tries to direct his searing breath in another direction. Come, come, I welcome visitors, and I have so few. Alright. You confidently walk toward the dragon. He is pleased. Yes, trust. This is the first step. Perhaps the beginning of a great partnership. I admire your bravery. Welcome, I am Auriculaeus, and I have come to Avernum. What brings you to Avernum? This is my new home. I have chosen it. I do not want a life of solitude. I hope you will deal with me. What is your purpose here? I wish to enter into a partnership with Avernum in the spirit of Motrax who came before me. We can trade goods, knowledge. We have much to gain from each other. What do you want with me? To help and be helped. To guide you, protect you. There is no need for hate between dragons and your kind. I will deal with you. You are wise. Fear has not corrupted you. Come, rest. Speak with me. Stone constructs bring you tea and a meal. It will take a long time for us to enjoy what we all have to offer. Let us begin. I'd like to know where you are from. I came from the deepest caves not far above the layers of the Vantai. There I was raised by my father. Auriculaeus grows distant, remembering his lost home. Who is your father? I was sired by the mighty dragon Melanchian. He raised me with kindness and brutality in turn, making me a mighty being of my kind. In time I had to find my fortune. I came here despite his warnings. Where is Melanchian? Deep below. He shuns the presence of short-lived beings. I will not say how to find him. That would betray his trust. What did he warn you of? He believes that there can be no peace between our kind and yours. He believes he must be apart. He has the fear of the old. I will instead, however, follow the example of the wise Motrax and teach and guide Avernum. You decide not to mention that Motrax was killed by the Empire. So Melanchian is afraid of humans. Auriculaeus frowns. Melanchian is the lord of my kind. He does not know fear or weakness. He simply does not want to be pestered. Unlike him, I welcome the talk of short-lived little creatures. I would like to meet Melanchian. I doubt that could ever happen. He is beyond the reach of all, even industrious little humans. Your kind would never be persistent enough to reach his lair. Auriculaeus sits behind the barrier and watches you serenely. It is good to have company. Let us talk. His speech is clear and unaccented. His no sibilance. He clearly spent some time working on it. What brings you to Avernum? I come with open hands. I want to help you. I have been inspired and I have much to offer. I am slow and cautious. I don't want Avernum to be scared. What can you offer us? I wish to provide wisdom and guidance. Also protection when you need it, and I am prepared. Does the castle know you are here? I plan to communicate. In time, I need Avernum to know of me. That is how we can best help each other. I know of the castle. There is one there called General Maripova, the master of warriors. I want her to know that I am here. Announcing myself to your army will show that I mean no tricks. I do not hide. Who is your inspiration? I am inspired by the dragon Motrax. Motrax saw the company of humanity and wished for peace and mutual aid. Melanchian, my father, knew him, thought Motrax was a fool. I know that his path was wise. He was just not cautious enough. Motrax was kind and wise. All Avernites remember him fondly. I envy that love. I will be as good an ally as Motrax was. Or better. Motrax is dead now. He is. He was old and complacent. When the Empire attacked, he did not raise protections. He was killed. I will make sure to defend myself well so that I can keep guarding Avernum for centuries to come. It is good that you are here, because Avernum is under attack. I have heard. It is alarming. I can't allow Avernum to be destroyed after I have gone to such trouble to build Elderhollow. I want to aid you. However, this is not yet the time for me to leave my fortress. I need to know who is attacking you, and I need to be fully prepared. Know who is attacking us? We already have a good idea. It is the Vantai, correct? Deadly foes, and they master much of the underworld. I have to be careful before I make them my enemy. I am mighty, but there are many of them, and they have powerful magic. Don't worry. I will help in time. I'm sure you can help us when the time is right. So young, yet you already share the wisdom of the dragons. Careful planning. They need to make allies and not make mighty enemies. Don't worry, I will act in time. We should talk about something else. Tell me about Elderhollow. It is my lair, my city. Soon a place of pilgrimage from people from all over Avernum, and maybe even the surface. An endless attraction for seekers of wisdom and guidance. What was this cave originally? A mine, shattered by a cave quake and loss. Some of the old tracks and gates are still here. The rest has been adapted to my needs. How was it built? With my constructs. They burrow and build tirelessly. When pilgrims start coming here, inns and quarters will be waiting for them. Auriculaeus is very pleased with himself. How have you gotten settlers? A handful, all from the Empire. I am letting my presence be known very slowly. I do not want to attract raiders or refugees, not until I've had time to start sharing knowledge and wisdom with your leaders and wizards. Why people from the Empire? The dragon smiles. When they arrive in Avernum, Empire settlers are healthy, enthusiastic, confused, and used to following orders. They are a natural fertilizer for what will be a mighty colony. As time passes and we are more established, we will draw more Avernites, of course. Aren't you afraid of being attacked? Auriculaeus shakes his head sadly. The Empire murdered most of dragonkind. Many of us fled into the underworld, where raiders and mercenaries slaughtered us for our troves. I come in peace, but I will not be a victim. For a moment, his peaceful mood vanishes. There is anger in his eyes. Smoke comes out of his mouth. I understand. Then let us talk of happier things. Don't waste our time on mistrust. He calms down. I would like to trade with you. Then let us trade. However, I am no tinker. I do not sell goods or petty magics. Instead, I seek great knowledge. I ask your help. In return, you will be well compensated. I sense you are in Avernum for a reason. Whatever your goal in life is, I can help you obtain it. I am more interested in just shopping. Then speak with Ruby out by the inn. She gathers goods on my behalf. She can trade. I want to buy knowledge. There are scrolls of dragon script in Fort Monastery. Auriculaeus is amused. Dragons are proud and individual creatures. We have multiple scripts and we argue about which is best. I can't help you. Your scrolls were probably written by one of the dragons that lived in local caves. I am interested. I am glad. I am new here and I must form allies. I must be on correct terms with those near me. For example, there is another new settlement not far to the west. It calls itself Freehold Haven. I would know of it. Go there, find its leader, and speak. When you know who they are and why they are here, tell me and be rewarded. Tell me about this Freehold Haven. I know little of it. Only rumors and the words of one of Ray's dog scouts. I'm afraid they are abyss brigands freshly escaped from containment and infiltrating Avernum's lands. Still, this may be wrong. I hope that we can be friends. How do I find Freehold Haven? It is north of the Great Cave, west of here. There is a path to it near the Scree Caves, north of Fort Emerald. That is all I have learned. Is anyone in charge there? I believe so. They are brigands, but they are organized. Sentries, defenses. Even Ray spies could not get in far. They must have a leader. I want you to send my greetings. I will depart now. Auriculaeus nods. I am glad that you have visited. Please spread the word. The dragon has come to guide and protect Avernum. I hope you return soon. Okay. So with that in mind, I'm going to make sure the game is saved right here, and I'll see you all in the next part.